Hi, my name is Stephanie Arroyo, and I am a senior at Florida International University. I'm majoring in computer science. I started my journey to finding an internship last year when I was a junior, and I realized that I hadn't really prepared enough in the technical aspect for software engineering roles. And so I think it was pretty difficult for me to get into applying in the swing of applying to different internships and being confident in my skills and going up to people in career fairs and sending in my resumes in many different places. And so fortunately, last year I went to Grace Hopper, which is the largest celebration of women in technology in the world. And so that conference really ignited a passion in me for computer science, being a woman, an underrepresented minority. And so when I went to the conference, there were so many different employers and so many different opportunities that were extended to us students attending there. And I applied to a couple different companies, but the main one that I was looking for was JP Morgan Chase, because I did come from a finance background, like I mentioned. And so I thought that fintech was really the future in which you combine, finance and technology into a major. And so I thought I would be the perfect fit. So at Grace Hopper, I applied to JP Morgan Chase, and while there, I did 2 interviews, one behavioral, one technical, and at the end of the conference, or the second day after the conference, I got a call saying we'd like to extend an internship offer for you for the summer. Before starting my internship, I was really nervous, also really excited to start. The internship was in the New York metro area, specifically Jersey City. And so I was going to be interning in the big data team at Chase, where I had to learn a new language, which was Scala. And I had to learn big data concepts, like the theory of it and how to implement it in a program. Also had to learn about different data analytics tools like Hadoop and Spark. And so some of those were the things that I had learned in my internship. I had a really great time. I met a lot of great people who were mentors to me during that process, and I think I was able to come out of there with a more level head about what I wanted to do in the future. And I realized that I did want to go into a more data analytics, data science role where I can use data as data for good and use data as leverage for any different applications. Last year at Grace Hopper, I also applied to Microsoft, and I actually did very well. I was introduced to the recruiter from one of my friends. She's the president of Women in Computer Science. And so when I interviewed at Microsoft, I did really well. However, to move on to the second round, you have to get flown out to Seattle, and there was no room to I was put on the wait list to interview. And so at that point, I had already accepted JP Morgan, so I just decided to intern at JP Morgan. And then this year, I was contacted again by the recruiter to interview for Microsoft again. And so I was actually able to interview for a program manager position, which is slightly different than a software engineering role, because this program manager position involves a lot of technology, business, and also like marketing, UX, UI, design. So it's kind of being a jack of all trades and pushing out a product. So I applied to be a program manager. I was flown out to Seattle, and I had 5 on-site interviews with engineers, program managers, about my skill set and how what I learned at Chase and what I learned at school and how that reflected what I would be doing at Microsoft. Then after a couple days later, I received a call from the recruiter saying that I was actually selected to be an intern this summer at Microsoft.